Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Invad3rDiz's family recipe for a South African Bolognese. The ingredients I'm going to be using are very simple. I've got roughly a pound of ground beef, just slightly over, 1 onion that I've diced up, 2 cloves of garlic that I've minced, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of olive oil just to help saute the vegetables up, 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. They do not need to be fire roasted. This is just my preference. A little bit of tomato paste, roughly 2 tablespoons of that. You'll also need something called a Mrs. Ball's chutney. I purchased this off of Amazon. And you'll need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this, though you can adjust it up and down for your taste. He also said that on special occasions his mother adds 1 apple that she peels and grates. I am not going to be doing that this time, though. I have tried it with the apple and it is very good that way. And I've also got a little bit of dried pasta. So let's go ahead and get moved over to the stove and I can start bringing this bolognese together. In my skillet, I've gone ahead and heated up the olive oil, to which I'm going to add in my onions and the garlic. I'm going to allow these to simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes or until the onions start turning translucent. Once the onions have started to turn translucent, I'm going to move them over to the side just a little bit and add in the ground beef. Once I got the meat broken up into smaller pieces, I've gone ahead and started adding or incorporating my onions and garlic into it, and then this will continue to cook until the meat has browned all the way through. Once the ground beef has browned through, go ahead and drain off any excess of fat and then add in about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'll let this brown up just a little bit here in the bottom of the pan. After a minute or 2 of cooking the tomato paste, I'll go ahead and add in my can of diced tomatoes along with all the juices. Once the tomatoes are stirred in, go ahead and add in just a little bit of salt and pepper. Just season this to your taste level. Now that I've added in the salt and pepper, I'm going to let this sit here and simmer for about 10 minutes. That's going to let some of those juices start to reduce down and thicken up a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my pasta water on and bring it up to the boil. Now that the bolognese has been simmering for 10 minutes, I'll add in the Worcestershire sauce and 2 tablespoons of the Mrs. Ball's chutney. That was really good. Alright, I think the chutney is fine. It doesn't need any more. I get a nice little vinegary pop from it. If you wanted to add the apple in, and now would be the time. And this is going to sit here and continue to simmer for an additional 10 minutes. The bolognese is done simmering. I've gone ahead and plated it up with my noodles. And all I have left to do is try it out. I'm very excited for this one. I have tasted it before, like I said, with the apple. And I really did enjoy it. So I'm kind of curious to see if I notice any differences among the 2 versions. This is such an incredibly unique and tasty dish. There's just a slight little pop of vinegary back note that you get from that chutney that I find really appealing. I don't really miss the apple, so I'm kind of glad I didn't add it this time just so I could see that comparison. I think probably in the future this is the way I would continue to make it, though I did enjoy the version with the apple as well. But overall, this is incredible, and I do want to thank Diz for sharing his family recipe with me. If you are into Fallout building, please be sure to go and check out Invad3rDiz's YouTube page. I'll be leaving a link down in the description to it. But that is going to be it for me for the day. If you've enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you've tried this recipe out, let me know how it turned out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Valker. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.